Welcome, everybody, to the Funeral Nation Show, episode 68. I'm Ryan Thogmar. That is Jeff, the Funeral Commander Harbison. Jeff, who brings us this amazing programming each week?
You know what? We are blessed to have the Fast Funding Group with Jamie and his team, and we're getting testimonials now, which is really important. I was actually off-site working this week and reached out to Jamie from a firm that direly needs to collect their money. Guys, if you're not getting your money in 4 or 5 days and you're waiting 6 weeks, it's ridiculous. Roll that video.
Hello, my name is Adam Martin, and I'm the president of Martin Funeral, Cremation, and Tribute Services in Michigan. We've had the pleasure of working with C&J Financial, with Jamie and their great staff for the past 7 years. I'd like to say, if anyone is out there who takes care of many families in a year, and if you're like us, a lot of families will utilize an insurance policy. Sometimes we may have to wait weeks or even a couple of months in order for that proceeds to pay your funeral home. I would urge you to give C&J Financial a call and find out how they can expedite that process for you, do a lot of the legwork for you, get a lot of the paperwork for you, and make your life just a little bit easier to allow you to have some more time to work with your families. So again, I'd like to thank C&J Financial for the past 7 years, and I'd urge you to give them a call if you have any questions. Thank you.
All right, Commander, what do we got coming up on today's episode?
I'm really excited today. We're going to chat with a funeral professional that serves the Jewish community about the recent cemetery vandalism. Our spotlight will be in North Carolina. And the WTF makes you wonder, shoes or morgue or anyway, it's not. You need to stay tuned for this one because it's something. So, Ryan, what's the buzz going on out this week, man?
You know, Jeff, we're in the business of breaking news on this show. So we've got some breaking news that hasn't been published yet. We got word that FuneralNet, website provider, has been bought out and acquired by Fraser Consultants. We've reached out to both owners of each company for comment. Have not received comment, but we have confirmed this through a number of their clientele that are in the know that the companies have merged, been acquired. I don't know how the companies are going to operate. That hasn't been made public yet. But you know, if either company is watching this, we'd love you to reach out and have you on the show and get the full story.
Yeah, that's pretty big old news right there because that affects a lot of people. Could be a positive.
Yeah, but affects thousands of funeral homes, so it's a big deal.
Yeah. All right. Well, hey, Ryan, you know, you're in the know and people are reaching out to you, so congratulations. And again, if you don't confirm or comment, then, you know, we have to roll with what we hear. So this week's buzz is sponsored by aftercare.com.
Are you a funeral director who just can't find time to follow up with your families? We all know how important aftercare is, but meeting with families and running a funeral home doesn't leave much time for anything else. The Aftercare Card Program is an automated program that sends out 4 cards plus a survey to your families during the first year following a loss. You simply go to aftercare.com and enroll your family and you're done. It literally takes about a minute and the cost is only $20 per family. Visit aftercare.com today to learn more and get a free sample.
All right, Jeff, so we're down to the More You Know Minute. This is your turn this week, and this comes from Lewis in Columbia, South Carolina. How can I reduce my accounts receivable?
Wow, you know what? That's near and dear to my heart. Really easy. Leadership, training, accountability, and measurement. You got to have the guts to lead, to stop the bleeding. You got to train your directors on what to do. You also have to hold everybody, including yourself, accountable that you get paid before you sign a contract, and then you have to measure the results. So pretty simple as far as I'm concerned. However, we have $330 million in accounts receivables owed to funeral home out here. So give me a call, email me. I think you've got my email address there, and let's talk and let me share with you how I can fix that problem for you.
Excellent. So who is our guest today? This is a special one.
Yeah, it is, because he's a really good friend of mine. In fact, we'll reveal a couple things during that conversation. Today, our guest is Brett Schwartz, who is the vice president at Goldstein Rosenberg Raphael Sachs Incorporated. and let's roll that interview with him. Brett, welcome to the Funeral Nation TV show.
Commander Ryan, thanks for having me. Great to be here.
Hey, man, you're one of my favorite people. In fact, you're so favored that you're going to be one of 4 funeral directors that I've asked to conduct my funeral that solemn day that it happened, right?
The Jewish component, and I am psyched.
Yeah, you know what? It's going to be great. We're going to have Italian Catholic. We're going to have Southern Baptist. We're going to have Jewish, and we're going to have African American. It's going to be a celebration, y'all.
It's going to be the event of the year, that's for sure.
It will, whatever year that is. But anyway, there'll be mourning and gnashing of teeth, ripping of clothes, and wait a minute, that's how my kids got here. But anyway, so speaking of which, Brett, before we even get started, don't you have a big announcement?
I'm going to be a dad, first-time father.
Congratulations, man. Welcome to the club.
Thank you much. Due July 3rd, and we can't be more excited. It's been a long time in the making. So
yeah,
fantastic.
I want to ask about that, but bless her heart. Anyway, let's keep going down this path we're going here. All right. So introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your firm.
Again, Brett Schwartz, one of the funeral directors and owners at Goldstein's, Rosenberg's, Rayfield Sachs Funeral Home in Philadelphia. Yes, funeral home, not a law firm. Been around since the late 1800s. First Jewish funeral home, to my knowledge, in the Western Hemisphere.
Wow.
Definitely in the country, from my understanding. Again. But my great-great-grandfather started the Rosenberg portion, Morris Rosenberg and Sons, in 1877, I believe.
Wow.
And just been a series of mergers of families over the years, which brings us to now. We are a large independent Jewish funeral home based in Philadelphia again, servicing about 1,500 families a year. And it's quite the enterprise.
It's fantastic. Well, Brent, there's been a lot of national attention given to the vandalism that's been happening at Jewish cemeteries, and as someone that's serving a primarily Jewish community, what has that? What concerns do you have about that?
I mean, to start with, it's just a travesty. The fact that, putting the Jewish component aside even for just a second, the fact that anybody would walk into a cemetery and topple over somebody's tombstone, let alone over 100 tombstones, or any sort of vandalism anywhere, but especially in a cemetery, such a sacred place. I mean, it's awful. This cemetery is it's a very old Jewish cemetery in an older section of Philadelphia. My concern is that with truly, 100+ gravestones knocked over, is just literally devastating. The fact that somebody thinks that they can do that in any cemetery in the city, it just could start a pattern. Obviously we've seen what's happened in St. Louis, which again is just awful. And it's just scary to think that could just start to continue happening throughout any city, not just Philadelphia.
Yeah.
Go
ahead, I'm sorry.
It's all right. I was going to say, cemeteries, to me, when I think of a cemetery, I don't think of lights at night. I don't think of alarm systems. I don't think of security cameras. I don't think of any of that stuff. But now that might be a reality where that's just a necessity. And that's truly just unfortunate.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate sign of our times. However, there's also some things that, when we talked about this off camera earlier, that are changing or came some good out of it, if you will, from this cemetery, because I understand it was older. The community started coming together. Will you share with us the bright side of what happened?
Absolutely. Immediately after it happened, I literally think that night or the next day, a GoFundMe page was up, which has been wildly successful. Thank God. To my knowledge, it's $20,000+ has been raised, and that's just through that one GoFundMe page. Jewish Federation of Philadelphia has also already started taking donations. The support and the outpour of just love from this city and people even around the area has been amazing. I read somewhere a guy flew down from Boston. He wants to help. Some of the local labor unions want to help. I mean, everybody wants to lend a hand. And I think what's really good about that is that this cemetery, as I said, is older. It was in some disrepair, but it's maintained to a certain degree. It's not very busy. I know for our funeral home, we've not stepped in there in about 6 or 7 years. So it's not one that handles a lot of services throughout a year or multiple years. But I think what's good is that it will get a lot of love and care that I think it needed. And, hopefully it is my hope that will kind of spread because it's not the only cemetery in the area that needs some attention.
Right.
It just unfortunately got this national attention because of this awful event. But I think good will come out of it. I think it will end up better than it was. And I hope that it kind of starts a trend for other cemeteries in the area and around the country that need it.
Mm.
Excellent. Well, if the Funeral Nation wants to get involved and help, how could they do that, Brett?
There are links that I can provide to Funeral Nation. I can shoot over an email to you, but there's a link to the GoFundMe page. There's a Jewish Federation. I can also link you up with the gentleman that oversees the cemetery, who is an owner and proprietor of another cemetery in the area as well. There's still a lot to be done. People have started, but it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of time and a lot of manpower. Those stones weigh a lot.
I can imagine. And, again, there's always got to be a bright side. But this unfortunate occurrence is what, number one, we wanted to reach out to someone that's near and dear. But as a country, as a profession, this is something that I believe we can all rally around to try to help. And also preventative. There's got to be some ideas that comes out how we can better secure our cemeteries. Unfortunately, right? I mean, it's interesting. Last year we were worried about Pokemon folks coming through them. Now,
Right.
now this, So anyway, so in closing, Brett, what would you like to share with your funeral directors as well as cemeterians about this subject or any more? You have the mic and the floor.
I think I would just like to say in general, in closing, these things need to be tended to, and they need to be remembered. If you remember when we were talking the other day off camera, I was speaking about that scene from that film.
Right.
The end of the movie, the cemetery just gets forgotten about.
Right.
Philadelphia is an old city. There's a lot of cemeteries around, and they are very old, and they need a lot of care and a lot of love. And I think that the community, local cemeteries, funeral directors, etc., all really need to remember that because people are there, people's loved ones are there, and they can't be forgotten about or neglected, and that needs to always be on the forefront. And,
that's a great idea. Something just occurred to me when you were speaking about that. That would be a great marketing program for a funeral home to link up with an old cemetery and say, hey, why don't we get together on a Saturday and let's go clean this up. Let's work together. We'll provide you lunch and some pizza. You bring the rakes. You bring the hedge trimmers. Let's go out and just wash it up. You know what? And nobody, it's just for the common good. So, Brett, I'm going to make you national chairman of the cemetery cleanup deal. Okay? Right?
Set up that trust fund and fill it with money, and we'll get started.
See, I knew you were going there. I was kind of thinking that I would get us sponsored by a rum and cigar company, right?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. Well, Brett, thank you for coming on. This is a subject matter that I feel within our communities. We all serve different communities, but we also work for the same purpose, and that's to provide families comfort in the time of need and also celebrate life. And we appreciate you coming. We appreciate you coming on, sharing this with us, and we look forward to the big deal. Yeah, I understand there's a big reveal party coming up to find out
tomorrow morning.
Right. Good. That's exciting. Well, tell Lindsay I said, hey, give her my best. And once again, anything we can do, we'll figure out something to work together here.
Thank you. Love to both of you and your families. It's always great talking to you. Ryan, I wish I could always talk to you more. You're just way too busy.
I'll make time for you, Brett.
All right, buddy. Take care. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, gentlemen. You too. Be well.
Great interview segment, Jeff. Brett's a great guy, and good things they're doing there in Philadelphia, just around a terrible, terrible tragedy. So this interview segment is brought to us by Sitch Caskets, and we've got a new promo, so let's roll that.
Funeral Nation is sponsored by Sitch Casket. Finally, funeral homes don't have to wait to choose between premium quality and higher margins. Is it a Sitch Casket or one of the top U.S. brands? Only your accountant can tell the difference. Visit Sitch Casket or contact your Sitch distributor.
Okay, Jeff. Time for our heartfelt portion of this episode and this show, one of our favorites. Who's our spotlight going to shine on this week?
As everyone knows, the spotlight's about shining positive stories that funeral directors and professionals are doing in their community to make our profession elevated. This week, we shine the spotlight on Carla Horn of Karan's Funeral Home in Wilson, North Carolina. Karan's was entrusted to celebrate the homegoing of Connie Lucas Artis. Connie was an equestrian enthusiast, and Karan's created a fitting life celebration with honored pallbearers and cowgirl gear, all the way to providing a carriage ride to the cemetery. Our spotlight shines on Carla Horn and her team of professionals for reflecting the life lived by Connie Artis and elevating our profession by doing what families are looking for. That's real personalization, okay? Great job out there, Carla and team. Thank you for what you're doing. Our spotlight's off, and my salute to you.
All right, Spotlight segment is brought to us by United Community Bank and Mr. Alan Mulligan. Let's roll that promo. Okay, Jeff, this is where we unbutton the shirt and get a little crazy on this episode. It's a WTF segment where we see something in the profession that just makes you say, "What the funeral?" So, I don't know where you pull these things from or where you find these, but the last I checked, there's 4 feet on 2 bodies and 2 feet on 1 body, and I only see 3 feet there.
Yeah, I'm kind of staring at that thing, and it's not good news. That's just one troubling aspect of this. Besides, I mean, is this an advertisement for a shoe company? Is this a new removal do-it-yourself service? This is a true, what the funeral's going on over there?
Yeah. It could be some road rage. Don't cut this guy off.
Yeah, if not, you'll wind up in a bag strapped to the top like a deer.
That's right. Or it could be, maybe this is the delivery service for Sindaver and one of those synthetic cadavers. It could be that. I don't know.
Either that or an advertisement for a podiatrist. I don't know.
We go on and on for days. All right.
Yeah.
Well, our WTF segment is brought to us by the great people at Pierce Chemical. Let's roll that promo.
Pierce is the bomber's choice for fluids and over 1,800 different prep room supplies in stock. Visit us at piercechemical.com to learn more about Pierce.
Hey, Jeff, this wraps up episode 68. We're on to episode 69 next week. Don't forget to like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, engage with us, and most importantly, thousands of people are watching this each week. Yet we don't have 1,000+ subscribers on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe, follow us. You can also listen to the episodes on our iTunes podcast. So go to iTunes and search Funeral Nation TV, and you can find our podcast. So, Jeff, I know we'll have a power-packed episode next week. We always do. We're gearing up for ICCFA, so maybe we have some special folks on that are going to be featured at the convention, possibly.
Yeah, I'm thinking we may have some folks come on that are there for the first time. So we're going to keep reaching out. I'm still working on an international interview. We did kind of have one, but we had Jennifer Muldowney from Eagle Legacy. But I'm going to do one where they're actually way overseas over there. like, in Savannah or somewhere like that.
All right. Sounds great, Commander. Another great episode. Appreciate you. Until next time, have a great effing week.
Out here, I got to go light this thing. Take care.